Hi everybody, hello, hi. There we go. It's me, the Biff, the Boof, the Beef. Hi. How we all doing? How's everybody? Hi. Let me just. There we go. There we go. Hi. Who do we got? Malk. Hi Malk. Hi Bestie. Hello Nat. Wonderful to see you. Hello, hello, Rain. Good to see you. There we go. Wonderful to see everybody. How are we doing on this Friday? It is the end of the week, at least for those who work. Like, how are we doing? Hello. Hi, Beef. It's been so long. Yes, it's been ages. It's been an age. Whatever will I do? One second. There you go. How are we doing? Uh, Since I have last seen my son lost to this monster, hashtag FNAF. What the fuck are you on about? Are you on about there, Malk? What on earth is going on? What do you mean your son? What? What the fuck? But yeah, how's everybody doing? How are y'all feeling? I'm doing okay myself. I had a fun day, I guess. I had my yearly checkup, so that was nice. Went by fairly quick and really simple. Like, so yeah, FNAF song lyrics. I see. Right, say less, gamer. Say less. Had my yearly checkup, so like it went by fairly quickly. Couldn't go to the cafe unfortunately, like because there was a queue, so I couldn't fulfill that tradition, which is a shame. But then I could get home sooner and had steak, so works for me. Like, yeah, that like, but yeah, nah. I'm vibing. I'm good. I have hold on. There you go. I have this bag with leftovers in it as to make up for that. It is comprised because I've been like stacking through it like since I got it the other day when I helped my brother with his house. Currently, it consists of 4 curly whirlies. So fuck it, I can work with that. But yes, we are back on the case once again. I'm curious as to how long this case will be because how many streams did it take to do the last case we did? Was it like 3 streams, something like that? Because I started it. I started it towards the end of one stream. Did another stream, and then did another stream after that. Did it take me like what two and a bit streams to? Or was it 4? Was it like 3 and a bit streams to finish the last case? So I'm interested to see how long it'll take me to do this one. I'm very curious. But yes, it is time to Phoenix Wright. It is time to spread justice to this land and fucking solve the current case, which once again somehow fucking Edgeworth has found himself entangled and ensnared in some fucking how. Like somebody explain it to me how this man keeps getting involved in our cases. This is like the second time now. Like first there was the fucking last one where he was framed for murder, and then there's this one where like his car and like a knife of his has been involved. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of grey areas. The whole thing is a big grey area. Because he's Phoenix's boy. Yes, the universe keeps pushing them together. And he's not his boyfriend yet, because it's the toxic Yowie. Like, Phoenix wants him. Right, fucking Edgeworth wants Phoenix, but because fucking Edgeworth despises defense lawyers, like, you know? This current case is also the longest in the game so far. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, this is the last case of the first game, I believe, so yeah. Word of advice. A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. This guy, you remind me a lot of Mia, but there is one decisive difference between you and her. That is, you're not a defense attorney. Lana, my beloved, Lana, my dear. Good luck, Mr. Wright. I'm going to eat a curly whirly whilst I'm in court, chat. Do not judge me for this. What do you mean judging? I deserve a sweet treat, thank you. I will be having sweet treats, thank you very much. No, Malk is judging me. Not you, Nat. Malk's judging me. I thought curly whirly meant something else. Like, no, it's like a fucking, it's a caramel and chocolate bar. I have to discover the truth all by myself. Never judging my sister for real. I've definitely heard it used be pubic hair before. Interesting. I mean, I've heard the phrase curly whirly used to be described like hair in general sometimes. February the 23rd, 10 AM, District Courtroom, number 9. Beef wishes, Nat Lamau. Court is now in session for the trial of Ms. Lana Skye. Sentence for Your Honor. Prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Fucking Edgeworth. I see the beef bullying has started early. Yes, it has, hasn't it? It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. Oh god, hi Val. Really? A chug already? God damn it, I just got into court. Piss yourself. I know you meant... you misspelled it again. Puss yourself now. I'm getting bottom surgery, chat, that's it. Val has convinced me I'm getting bottom surgery. Okay, hold on. Okay, we have options, chat. Do I... I'm crippled. Do I chug water? Or no, cause no. No, I want to savor my Rubicon. I don't want to chug my Rubicon. I want to savor it. Right, hold on then, chat. You heard the woman. Puss yourself now. I can't get over that Val like misspelled it, and then in trying to correct it, misspelled it again. Okay, chat, bear with me. Fucking god, I can't believe. Why do I put myself through this every? Why did I make chug like an actual redeem? Like, why did Val spent too long staring at Catboy Leon? Right. Fucking Val, you better like throw some money at me at some point, like, or like, like the dono link is down there. You better throw some money my way, Val, for fucking making me chug this early in a stream. There we go. There you go. There's your chug. You're welcome. Oh, now top this up. The beef I threw Cultic Chapter 2 at you die. Yeah, that'd be true, but that was before. That was before you made me chug this early in the stream. Tops up. Hey. There we go. Come on. There we go. I need to get the straw through the thing. Fucking redeeming a hydro time after I've just done that. Fuck you, Val. Hold on. Right, there you go. I'm fucking hydrated. There you go. Right. We're fucking back to the game. The fucking melody vote. Hold on. Got water in my beard. Yep, personal. Stop dragging this out. I need to look at Lana more. Hope that personal feelings will not be part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment has been to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Personal feelings, the man says. Like, they know what the fans want to see for real. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Skye has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in a prosecutor's office. Yeah, she does not better. Hell yeah. It's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Unnecessary feelings, maybe. I enjoy the duality of Capcom Ace Attorney Resident Evil, also different but equally good at producing hot men. That's very true. There was a witness to her crime, a professional witness. Call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. Prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The cough-up queen. Awooga! You saw it before. You ordered the caviar... Jesus Christ, caviar! Capcom also know how to kill off too many black men. Yes, yes, very true. God, the women in this case. Nat's having a struggle moment. Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. The judge is really wolfing it. I'm just imagining the fucking judge being handed that and just absolutely fucking ramming it down his craw, like in the middle of court. Extremely correct buzzer. Remaster RE5 so I can have Sheva again. Like, I know that's not the fucking point Val was making, but it still needs to be said. Remake RE5 so we can have Sheva again. She's underused as fuck. Nat, leave your bisexual lesbian swag out of this. I have a fiesta bowl. The witness... Well, the witness states her name and profession. And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? What the fuck? What the fucking hell? Like, got the man a fucking fingerprint lunch. That's crazy shit. The new character designs here. Yeah, they are. Yeah. Too early for one. Yeah, name profession. How does it? Jesus. This is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Star, don't go forgetting it. Leon interests me because he's like the crystallization of what so many women like. He's conventionally well built and good looking, but his haircut is a little uncommon on guys. He also looks a little sick. Like he's just a little pathetic. What a fucking judgment to make about fucking Leon. He is incredibly corny, yeah. Dude loves his one-liners as fuck. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, listeners. Please describe the incident to us. Prosecution will wait, I'm not finished yet. I told you, this judge is in the middle of court fucking scruffing down, like, the fucking caviar lunch. Pathetic is correct, I prefer mildly on depressed and drinking. Val likes them problematic, confirmed. Edgeworth, as you know, we usually call the police to provide a description for the crime. Your Honour, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. Professional what? I can't lie, I love a guy with low self-esteem. Till 2 years ago, Ms. Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective. I like them confused and scared and constantly fighting for their lives. Malk, are you sure you don't just simply want, like, a man you've chained to a radiator in your basement? Like... Are you sure that's not what you're on about there, Malk? That sounds closer to what you're kind of digging. Lunch lady beef your mind out of the gutter. Hey, listen, all we had was professional, okay? I'd let an alcoholic woman beat the ever living shit out of me and leave sig marks on my skin. What? Who said that? Good grief, Val. Holy shit. I love my chat. I love my chat. For Twitch reasons, that's a gist. Know who you are. Cough up Queen Angel Star, you're on a long time no see. I'd agree with you if I hadn't dated an alcoholic smoker and not found it as fun as the fantasy. Ugh. Some people just like to ruin fantasies now. It's like, you know, some people just like to ruin a fantasy for people and it sucks. My sympathies. Also, I feel like what Val said is like dangerously close to me giving her a strike, but I'm gonna let it pass. You may continue with your description, Miss Star. This is this lady. I might have the court's attention over there. Over here, sorry. The parking lot. At the prosecutors of the words. Big boob redhead who dressed like an Hollywood femme fatale. Damn. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. Block A is for the prosecutor's office personnel. Block B is for visitors and clients. I am owed reparations. You very much are, Nat. We're, as I've said before, you and me we're both owed reparations for stuff. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up space. chase by a car in the back of A block. Yep. In the car's trunk. Killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Okay. The cigs would just be those sugar sticks. The law unfortunately sets the trap. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honour. Parking lot with a just car. Nice, thank you. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? I just realised I'm shrimping. I need to sit up. Of course, Your Honour. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. Seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? I apologize. Right. I can't agree on principle, Your Honour. Seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honour. Shall I proceed to crush what little they have remaining? Why is it when some of these people take to the stand, they just get unnecessarily ruthless, you know? Like, why is it when they take to the stand, some of these people are just like, they just have a complete, they have like an almost personality disorder. They're just there like, oh right, you're a fucking loser, you're a dweeb, like you got nothing. It's like, brother, relax. If you can, then give them your worst misstar. You can't say that, Your Honour. You're meant to be neutral. You can't say that. Here we go, chat. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into the detective's chest. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife, which... Yeah, okay, shut the fuck up, Judge. Does it feel to be so utterly crushed? The judge does not concern himself with the concept of unbiased. That's so true. That's so true, though. We've had it before where someone's given a testimony and it's just been like, well, that seems completely like, you know, ironclad, and it's like, Your Honour, you don't get to say that. Like, no. Right, I need to just check something, chat. Hold on. Okay. Yep. Lots of blood from a chest wound. Yep. All checks out. Monty Python's everywhere. Yes, yes. I saw that, yeah. What do you mean by that? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of crime. Yeah, their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. Fucking Edgeworth is like, what the fuck did you just say about my methods? Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Killing of a detective that knew too much is merely an extent. She fucking hates the prosecution a little bit, you know? Like, also, Nat, avert your eyes at this particular frame of her, like, avert thy gaze. Do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there... Interesting, she has a bias against the prosecution. Noted, I'll be sure to look harder. She was fired by the prosecution. Interesting. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. She's so iconic, Slay Hater. I was a motive to live with my boyfriend, okay. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other boyfriend. Get it? Damn! The yet another boyfriend position is still open for application. Oh, yo! Her earrings, the fur coat, the lowest V-cut ever. She's that girl for real. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. And so the judge had to think before replying. Like... I mean, anybody would need to think before replying. Like, come on now, let's be real. Security guard room is in the lot A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign, yep. I'll be a boy for you, Angel, I have experience. Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor, I parked in B block. Which is in B block, which was the crime. I can do it better than any cis boy. Nat about to go from trans femme to gender fluid, on god, on god. When I sense something, perhaps it's not found. Yeah, I mean, I can believe that. I can believe she has, like, detective sense, you know what I mean? So, yes, it was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. His victims are also a detective, so he was like a young cheese. A pale white cheese, not yet tangy with the experience of the streets of Greenhall. Okay. Then I must be hard yellowed and sharp as tack, with the odor of old cheese to match. Motherfuckers just like rattling off their tight five in the courtroom. In any case, in the lot, I still in the back of my mind. With a wire fence, I saw the chief prosecutor stood next to a garish car. Garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. The knife with which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Again, as Nat's personal fairy godmother, fairy godfather, so I'm so used to hearing godmother. I can confirm she is the best person for this position, and Ms. Angel Sire should consider women for real. I still think there's something up with the whole knife business, like. Because Edgeworth has said he kept that knife in, like, a toolbox in the boot of his car. Like... So... Like, she'd need to have access to his car, open the trunk, get the knife... Oh no, she doesn't have to consider women are to be a boy for her. To keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Rookie! Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside, chewy. Yo, the death stare she's giving! That's crazy! The absolute queen that she is. Like, the death stare, one eye covered, fur coat, the deep V in the jelly donut hat of all things as well. Like... That's crazy shit. Nat, get your screenshots in, by the way. Let me know when you're done. I'll keep this up for a second. let me know when you got your screenshots, Nat. That was inspiring. I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. Pardon me? I may be relegated to the lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Whoa! photograph you took this. The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflex took over and snapped and took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. Interesting. That's more exciting than just hanging around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. My boyfriend works in the... Which one? My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Interesting. A moment of the crime photographed by Angel Star. Unmistakably, yep. What was the defendant doing at the time? Chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Right hand, right hand. Hold on. Oh, court record, there we are, that's what I like to see. Wounded on her right hand. Okay. Suspect going. I'd say the blade was about 4 inches long. Is that right, Mr. Edgeworth? It is your knife after all. Prosecutors are by nature well versed in the location of a man's vital organs. I'm sure it was easier than boiling an egg for my egg salad surprise set. Your Honor, my client was simply serving, not slaying, not in that way. You can't testify as to her ability to kill an egg, I mean a person. Chicken salad set would have been a better metaphor. The defendant was holding a knife what then? She thrust the pointy tip into good... Right, hold on, I need to just... See, in the profiles, it specifically mentions that she's holding the knife with it. Well, it mentions that she's her right hand is wounded. So, you know. Why you don't try to stop this crime? You did see her strike. Fortunately, by the time I realised what was going on, it was already too late. Chief prosecutor. Okay. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. Still saying it's flawless. What do we do? Artistic skills. Let's keep our heads cool. Right. Let's consider the evidence. What do we have? Let's think. So, investigator's ID card. Let's see the crime. Murder. Using toolbox. Traces of the victim's blood, but no prints. Though we don't need to. We can't really question the whole no prints thing because they saw her holding the fucking knife. She looks hot there. Plunge the knife into my chest, Miss Sky. I kind of agree, honestly. Hell yeah, Nat, you pop off with that. You go, Queen. With the wire and prosecutor sent to a garage car. The prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Right, time. You know what time it is, chat? It's time to figure out where the contradiction is because some of them I get and some of them I'm like a complete fuck up on.
Objection!
Yep. Nope. Bad start. Hand, and she's chest. See, it's a shame. Like in her profile, in the defendant's profile, it says right hand is wounded. Why can I not present that as evidence, like, to the court? Like, why is that in her profile but not a part of this? This is. Hold on, 1 second. Wait a second, I just realised something. Chat, 1 second. Let me just double check something. Hold on. Yeah, that's through the wire fence. I didn't. Yeah, that checks out. That's fine. So just run it through the wire fence. The defense saw the chief prosecutor standing next to a garish car. I'm just gonna check something, chat, just in case.
Objection!
Yep, that's not it either. Ah, fuck me dry. Knife in her right hand. See, again, the only thing I'm seeing right now or thinking of is she's saying she was holding the knife in her right hand, but in the defendant's profile it says her right hand was wounded. Well, that's evidence, surely. That's contradictory. But why is it in her profile? Why is it not like? Why is it not like evidence we can provide to contradict that particular statement? Like that's. Fuck me. Does she have a parking stub at all? Maybe?
Objection!
No, that's not it. 1 second, chat. Nobody judge me, okay? But I'm not. I don't want to look up a walkthrough, but I can't think of anything, and quite frankly, I don't want to waste my time diddling around. Like...
Objection!
Salmon swirl lunch. Ooh, nice. Look at this photograph. This is the photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? My scar not holding a knife. Okay, okay. Objection. Okay. Still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. This photograph was not taken a moment before, not taken a moment before, so this was taken. Yeah.
Objection!
Yeah. Yeah. Blood spatter. Yeah. Like, that can't be the moment of the crime. Because, you know, fucking look at her. This is after the crime. How is like, come on, even I fucking knew that. Like, even I could pointed that shit out. Wait. Like, I'm telling you, the better contradiction in the statement is she was holding a knife in her right hand. Well, her right hand is wounded. Like, he took the picture. Yeah. Yeah. Try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Rushing Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. That I don't believe. Photo. It was not premeditated. She would not be wearing the gloves. Do seem to telltale a premeditated murder. See, I don't believe the I mean, I believe she's innocent, but also I don't believe it's premeditated because again, the knife was in the trunk of Edgeworth's car, so she'd have to have access to his car and then know where to get the knife. Huh. Second, I think we have a guest. Is it you, Sashima? Hi. Are you coming in? Or... We have a guest, folks. One moment. You can come in or you can stare at me. Like, what do you want to do? Leave the door wider, perhaps? There we go. You should know the deal, my guy. Like, you should know, like, if you're at my door and you want attention and I open my door, that's the cue for you to come in, Sashi man. Like, I thought you knew this, Sashi. Here we go. Oi! Pop out the window for now. Murder was planned, the rubber gloves proved it, right. Right, all it's actually let me move this out your way, so you've got room as well. We're joined by the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Just in habit of wearing gloves, like driving gloves.
Objection!
The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do murder. It's a lot, Seshman. How are you? 1 second. Messages. Thank you. Oh, right. Are you sitting in the middle? Okay, there you go. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. George, shut the fuck up. Got them thinking it's all planned. If you can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I've got to think of a way to show that wasn't okay. Right. So now we need to. Okay. So now we need to figure out a way of showing that it was not premeditated. Wait, 1 second, chat. Let me ignore the sword. Just ignore the sword. I had it with me. Ignore it. Yeah, hold on. Let's see if this cuts the mustard with them. Because they're saying it was premeditated, but it's Edgeworth's car, and like I said, the knife is from his toolbox in the trunk of his car. So, like, she'd need access to the car in order to do that shit.
Objection!
Yes! Fuck yes, let's go. Do you know what this is? You're trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know? I don't know if that was in Miss Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? Defendant to the chief prosecutor of the district, right? Mommy, our prosecutor's bad. Who the fuck brought their kid here? That was fucking. That was Net in the audience talking to the witness on the stand. Where's the witness to provide an accurate testimony? Is that rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lana Sky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing. Oh yeah, hello Nat, good to see you. These are those special glows. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The glows do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Ooh, she's spitting. She's spitting. Oh, thank you, Session. Yes, you licked my finger. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, don't forget the weapon. He makes a good point. I can see why he's a lawyer. Yo! Somebody catch the lunches! She's dropping the lunches! Now the tide is turning in our favor. Oh, here we go, Edgeworth. Right. I do believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. I do hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. No, such a trifling detail. This shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Angel is not a mommy, she's an immoral aunt figure, and Lana is a big sister. You need to learn lesbian familial crush archetypes. I'm sorry, I wasn't familiar with that kind of game. My bad, that's on me. Prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is the okay. Yeah, so Edgeworth and the prosecution don't give a fuck if it was premeditated or not. She seems to think it. Murder detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecution need to prove, nothing else. We know as well argue that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why... Okay. Your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. You're not here to deduce things, I'm afraid. You're a witness. You need to tell us what you saw. Lana Sky intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. She wore gloves because she was fashionable and she knows how to dress for cold weather. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Okay. Victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like... Judge! You don't judge! Judge. Shut your fucking mouth, Judge, okay? Your Honor, you don't get to make statements like that, okay? Silence yourself, nod, and bang the gavel. That's all you need to do. Jesus Christ. So if I ordered a pizza, that means I'm planning to kill the delivery boy in any... She's got a point. Defense may now cross-examine the witness. Thank you, Your Honor. No one in this game knows how to do that job. Oh god, Nat. Oh god. It's a murder detective Goodman. How do you know that? Why would you think that? You haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. A prelude to the... Your Honor! Shut your fucking mouth! Never interrupt the storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Caca! Something half-baked, right? It's you! Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. It's literally his job to interrupt her. Yeah, thank you, yeah. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves? Okay. That's what she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor. Hold it! You have no proof that Miss Sky called him there. You have no proof that she didn't. Half-baked in Tom's place. Oh my fucking hell, that. There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. By public phones. And his victim came to the prosecutor's office where he was murdered. I'm sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why do you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? The chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Why do you think that? What kind of grudge? Well, I wouldn't know that. Huh? Because she didn't have a grudge. Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside? Had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for this? It's simple. There we go. Nothing else could drive that you. That's not a reason. That's not a fucking reason.
Objection!
Like that's not a reason. We've asked for what's the basis for her thinking of that, and she said, you know. Like, there's nothing else that could make her want to do that. How do you know? Like, keeping it in the frame of it's murder. Like, you know? Like, maybe she got into a scuffle with him for one reason or another, and during the scuffle she decided to kill him. That's still murder. But it's like a murder it's a murder that happens because he started it. Just being like, oh, there's no other reason. Like, get the fuck out of here. That's not a reason. Fuck off. Nat, take this woman and put her in your basement. I don't want to see her. Like, she's full of shit. Like, take her to your basement and do things with her that you whatever you want. Like, fucking to hell with this woman. Say chop into 1,000 pieces, but we don't actually need 1,000 pieces. Give her to make if the deed is done. Edgeworth's eyes smell like citrus fruit is depraved. Emma is putting that in her Wattpad stories about him. That is a hell of a thing to know about someone. Say she stabbed him several times. This is a... Thank you, right. This is a fucking murder case. Short stick. Short wick burns out the fastest. Is I wonder. Wouldn't it depend on the size of the candle? Add more wax. Shut the fuck up, people. This is a murder case we're working on. I think I have a contradiction there, folks. Everyone in this case is autistic, it just clicked with me. Everybody taking shit literally? Is that it, Nat? Because I see that. I totally get it.
Objection!
Yeah, she says do it over and over again, but he only died from a single knife wound. Moss surprise. Shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. What do you mean, good show, Edgeworth? Fucking I presented that evidence. What a hunk, he's my hero. Yeah, Nat, you know what, Nat? You might have been onto something with the whole Wattpad thing. Plus Emma topic, jumping angel, having a strong sense of justice. Yeah, being a world class, yeah. Nah, I think you were right about the whole, like, Wattpad thing. Fucking Emma's... Yo, she is fucking, like... She really fucking likes Edgeworth, doesn't she? God damn. What about my objection? No one noticed. Thank you. You got the crime scene set. No, I thought it was impressed. Splattered blood from the victim, that's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Huh? Her red what? Her red muffler. Like a scarf. The chief prosecutor wears one around her neck, so she can easily... Okay. Red scarf. My beard. Or a bib. I've been the only one talking for a while. Has everybody gone bingo? Yeah, maybe they're vibing that. Maybe they put their feet up. You know, it's Friday. If you want to be the only one who talks, Nat, then you crack on. Oh shit, there we go. Been busy still looking for the pictures. Bingo, I was making food. I was making toast. Ooh, toast, hell yes. Where's they found them? Also, we're starting a lurkers union. Chat, I want, like, do y'all see the problem with this image right here? Do y'all see the problem with this image? What does Lana Sky said that... You know, that isn't correct to what's in this image. Can I wear my mask to the union meetings? No, the autopsy report was kind of matter. There was only one knife wound. How hot she looks. Fair enough, Nat. You crack on. Apparently, this start isn't entirely sure of her own testimony. Yes, we're aware of the candle shit, right? So she's saying she wore a red muffler. However, if we look at the photo, what isn't in this photo, chat? What is absent from this photo right here? Like, can anybody tell me? What is absent from this photo? Only if you wear nothing else. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I do. God damn, son. Jesus. Be on a leash being held by her. Fucking hell. Jesus, chat. Right, hold on. Fucking.
Objection!
There we go.
Objection!
Well, this is clearly not studied for detective work. The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Yeah, exactly. Rodders! Hi, Rodders! Oh my god, hi! The milk with willpowers, I have big thirsting shoes to fill. Hi, Rodders! Good to see you! Oh my god, hi! We're doing Phoenix right. We're on the final case of the first game. It has been quite an experience. I miss Will Powers. I miss WP as well. He was cool. He's like one of the only he's like one of the few characters in this game I've genuinely liked. Like he's a sweetheart. Only professional lunch lady can be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, man! You finally found your true caller, Edgeworth, my guy. There needs to be more barking. The finale? Oh no, this isn't the finale. This is just the first trial. Like, it's the final case of the game, but it's the first trial of this particular case. That's what you see. I'm primarily a cat girl. What was my objection? Chopped liver. Staff, no. Oh, that's really. An entertaining interlude, back to business. No. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Something accurately, at least. Here we go. Brace yourselves. The only hair, the only man hairy enough in this game to be pulling away with a beard by the end. Grieve. God damn you! That's fucking good. I'm gonna shake those. And he had that scared and confused vibe. I don't bark, although I can make other types of noises. Part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect! After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained to her her rights, and arrested her on the spot. And yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Make note of that, Nat. Resistance is futile. You are quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. Star. Note to self, Mr. Right is weak against poisonous snake bites. Aren't most people? Chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. Like how badly she hates Edgeworth here. Predator, this one. A leopard woman, rar. Like, she's gonna fucking drug him. Emma kid, yeah. Your cross-examination. Woman predator where? Ah, yes. Tried to hide herself, quite natural.
Hold it!
Yeah, because like she said she apprehended her, but she said like she's on the other side, like with a fucking chain link fence between them. Yeah. I went over it, of course. Look off, Queen Lunch Lady Athlete indeed. Judge, shut your fucking mouth, Judge. I need you to lock in. Would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. She couldn't have gotten to... Yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of a fucking... That's a hell of a height to... Hold on, chat. Hold on. I'm gonna go pee in a moment, but before I do that, let's just get her testimony. All I heard her say was the word muffler. My memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. I like to use the phone hanging on the wall. Near the car, there was a... Yes, okay, she would have... So, does that mean she tried to run behind the petition to use the phone? So she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing. God. Muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma. Right, I need to go piss. Judge is down bad. Oh god, he is, yeah. He's gotta be. Right, I'm just save. I'm gonna go pee really quickly. And then I'll be right back. So, hold on. Hiya! Right. 1 second, folks. You know I've got to do the thing I like to do. There it is. Right, chat, I'm back. Hello. Go. Go piss, girl. Puss yourself now. Hello, I'm back. Right. One second. Slide all, has tried. Let's use instead. Oh, hydro time, thank you. Thank you, bestie. Okay. Chief Prosecutor said that I can remember behind the partition. She picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. She pulled her own cell phone out of her pocket. Ah, I see. And during that time, climbed over the chain link fence. God damn! That is a duo. One second, Jen, I apologize. BRB, Arcade Okay Milk. Boldly grabbed her arm. Chief Prosecutor hung up her phone. Saw her doing this.
Hold it!
Okay. Real specific. Brushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard on a pate of foie gras. She even kicked over an oil drum at me. Okay. Oil drum line that silencing the crime. Strange. If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? Lots of intense emotions between these two. They should take it out on me. The other... Yeah. Right, it doesn't make any sense that she would run from behind the partition to the oil drums. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So this guy tried to run. So, if you didn't do it, you have to believe me. After the murder... Okay, so that's it. Hmm. Hmm. Murder, runs the phone, climbs the chain link fence. She climbs the fence, she goes to call someone. Hmm. Hmm. Interesting. That's not it, damn. She saw it all.
Objection!
That's not it.
Hold it!
What's our contradiction here?
Objection!
So I have to conclude that your personal
Objection!
This is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. It's a facial contradiction. Your testimony, how do you explain this? With me, I'll make you cough it all up. Jesus. Floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making the phone call. Yep, there it is. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The film was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up blood, she's coughing up lies.
Objection!
Quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question? Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told the court. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw, and the order of events. Right, let's think about this. Me? Where she saw it, perhaps? I chose to use the emergency film out of order. What is significance of this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. But say the victim did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone, it would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location.
Objection!
Back-to-back objections, Jesus. What you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Where was the witness when she saw the crime? From the security room, maybe?
Take that!
She was here. See the emergency phone.
Objection!
She would have been able. Well, before she dialed. So I can run 150 feet in 9 seconds, you know. I've got to duck out early. I'm tired. Okay, no problem. Nat, you take care.
Take that!
Oops, I didn't mean to press that button. I didn't mean to press that button, Your Honor. Did you see it from here? Was she ducked between cars?
Take that! Objection!
Have a good one. Yeah, no problem, Nat. Right. Shit. Hold on, I want to reload this. I need to run this back again.
Objection! Objection!
So she needs to be able to see the crime happen, but not be close enough that she could then make an arrest.
Take that!
I pressed the fucking button again, didn't I? Pressed the wrong fucking button, chat. God damn it. Not again. Reload it. Fucking wrong button, son of a bitch. I'm fumbling this, chat. I'm doing so bad. Reload again. Right. Where she saw it.
Objection! Objection!
From here? No, that's not it. From here, I guess? Then she could see the emergency phone.
Objection!
Right. Shit. Hold on, wasn't it? Okay, cool. Yep. So it is. So it is where she saw it. Like, hmm.
Objection!
Oh,
Objection!
right. So she saw her try to use the emergency phone, but she wasn't close enough to stop her when she committed the crime. So where the fuck was she? Hmm. Was she like, was she in the security room or something? Is that what she was? Was she in here?
Take that!
Any room you have position, built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. Not why there. How many other places she could have seen the phone? Not in this case, Your Honor. Witness not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only park she could have seen were the crime. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Okay. We're cooking. You should know better. The guilty will be punished, and I'll do what I must to secure justice. Why does she lie? Makes no sense. This photograph tells all is the defendant who stabbed the victim. Truth still stands.
Objection!
If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without good reason. Tell us what her reason was. This star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied about where she saw it from. Ah, get fucked, bot. The angle of view to the crime. I think it's that. Because if there's that big partition in the way, surely she couldn't have seen the crime accurately. Oh, goddammit. Fuck. Damn it, I thought I had it then. I keep forgetting it's on the fucking second floor. Difference in lighting. Distance to the crime then? Distance between her and the scene of the crime. Sorry, it was clear. 30 feet, I don't see how change
Objection!
Ah, yes, it's on the second floor, overlooking shit. Squid wheels. Oh. Gone from low to inedible. Boysenberry from the boyfriend. Waited, I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. Okay. I was doing house I ran towards the scene, but the door was locked. I couldn't open it. Ah, okay. That's a hell of a distance to cover. Yeah, that's quite a detour. 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. So she sees it, she runs down the stairs to the door, door's locked, she runs back upstairs, makes a massive detour, goes around, opens the door to the visitor side of things, hops a 9-foot fence, and then makes her arrest. Show who stabbed him. No photographic evidence. Tread on my finest plastic spork. Another caviar lunch. Checks out. Go.
Objection!
5 minutes between the witnessing the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. Five-minute blank, isn't that strange? If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes? You have the instincts of a killer, you would run, but this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. If this was a premeditated murder or something and she was out here to kill the man, she would have killed him, fucking left. But she didn't. She stayed. Why is that? Witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. The next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. Close. The court is adjourned. I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. My. No decisive evidence. Mr. Jumbo. Your Honor, get a grip. To deference to the witness's determination, I'll allow you one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Decisive evidence, eh? Did I mention those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the time? And now... So, she has a shoe? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other type matched the defendant. Why... Hold on. Ooh, God. Hit my mic, Lamo. Why is the defendant's blood on there? Oh, phone reach out. Oh, God, I might have to call it early today. I'm not going to end it just now, but... Oh, I may have to call it an hour earlier than I'd want. Simple, as I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. And you had blood tests performed, didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends and... Yo, she's got men all over the place! I can't accept this as evidence. You must know the 2 rules of evidence law. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence. At least for the time being. The shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. God damn, Edgeworth, you gotta calm yourself. Prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law, however. Seems you have yet another count against you, witness. White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Sky. Is she wearing shoes in the photo? Hold on.
Objection!
I'm prisoner of woman! Fuck it. I'll just need to make sure I save.
Objection!
I apologize for this, chat. I fucking pressed the wrong goddamn button. My apologies, chat. I pressed the wrong button. We're just gonna skip all this. There we go. Yeah, my apologies, chat. I pressed the wrong fucking button. Accidentally presented evidence.
Objection!
Yeah. Yappity yap. Come on, let me get to the fucking good bit. Okay, there we go. Hello, Tired. I'm Beef. Right. Which one is spell on the crime? Which is the victim's shoe? Right, hold on. I mean, she's wearing both shoes there. Blocked. Yeah, she's wearing both shoes in the photo. So, 2 types of blood were found on the shoe, one of course. Okay. Okay, so it is the victim's shoe. Right. On every account.
Hold it!
That's what when you fight monsters, you use a trick in the book.
Hold it!
We found the shoe at the scene of the crime. Obtained the chief prosecutor, noted the police department. I went to make sure. Okay. Ill-trained pooch who snuck off with a shoe. Threatened someone. Serious crime. The shoe was a secret weapon. Two types of blood.
Hold it!
Hmm.
Hold it!
I feel like the like thing to point out here is that it has two types of blood on it. Like
Hold it!
peppered fish guts. Right. So there's blood underneath the shoe and there's blood on the shoe. Hmm.
Take that!
Bottom of the shoe. Blood on the bottom. Damn, Jesus! That's a fucking bit threatening. There's a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe, makes sense. The victim's stabbed with a knife. Possibly try to have blood on the bottom of the shoe.
Take that!
I mean, surely the contradictory thing here is that the defendant's blood is also on this fucking thing, right? Like, the victim's blood being on his shoes makes sense. He was stabbed, he would have stepped in his own blood. But her blood is on it as well. Like, is nobody gonna...
Objection!
Is nobody, you know, seeing an issue with that there at all? Like... You know? Like her blood is on the shoe as well. Why is that? Because if she attacked him, you know, like,
Hold it!
hello? Hmm. Let's see what happens if there's no problem. Right. Let's try that. I'm going to try that again, but with the blood that's on the shoe top, not the shoe bottom. Is there anything on here as well?
Objection!
Okay, that's not a contradiction either. You know, I'm. This is feeling like the situation with the gun and the bullets again, where
Take that!
you know. You know, like where, like, am I ahead of the curve? Is that it? But it's like they've just said like there's two different things of blood on the shoe. Why is Lana's blood on there as well? You know? Like, why? Like, is nobody like is this like I know it's on me to find a contradiction, right? But this is like if like he's the victim, it's his blood and all that. So why is her blood on it as well? Like this is a clear thing to point out and be like, hey, like the defendant's blood is also on the shoe. Why is that? Can we explore that? Like,
Objection!
right, it's not. Like, if this isn't the contradiction to point out, like, if this isn't the thing to point out and say, hey, like, why was her blood on this thing as well? Like,
Objection!
that's going to reveal the contradiction. Oh, for God's sake, what is the contradiction?
Hold it!
Go.
Take that!
Right.
Take that!
Footprint. Bottom of the shoe is covered in blood. Right, any bloody bloody. You can see. But we're not tracing such footprints at the scene of the crime.
Objection! Objection!
Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene of the crime and found nothing. Very true. Looking for footprints. Interesting. So then we have to walk while there wasn't a footprint. Here comes Edgeworth again. Now I get it. Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. One vital hint of the truth in her testimony. Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. It was attempted. Apparently, you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Belgium kicked over the chief prosecutor, brimming with water. Hey, strip check, thank you. Hey. Ugh. The suspect knocked over that oil drum for one reason alone. To erase the bloodstains that would have become evidence against her. Okay. Ties things up quite nicely. I don't know if it's just me in a similar thing as like the gun thing, but it's like I like how they're like, oh well, if there's blood on the bottom of the shoe, why there are no bloody footprints? Fair thing to point out. But again, I feel like the main thing here is what do you call it? Them being like, there's two types of blood on this shoe. One belongs to the defendant. Why are we not discussing that? Why is that not like a key thing to point out? Even if they come up with some reason to bat it aside, like they do, why is that not something to bring up? It's like, hey, excuse me, Your Honor, they've just said there's two types of blood on this shoe. One is the victim's, duh, that makes sense. Again, he was stabbed, he would have been done in his own blood. But also, like, you know, Why is the defendant's blood on there? What happened? Was it a scuffle? Was the victim doing self-defense? Did the victim attack the defendant first? Why is there two types of blood on the shoe? Like, that's a very important thing to ask. Why are we not asking that? Again, this feels like the very unfortunate thing that Phoenix Wright does sometimes, where it's so focused on its own path that it doesn't allow you to ask other questions, even either if you're ahead of the curb, or if it's just it's frustrating. Again, it's the gun situation again, where I was ahead of the curve on the gun shit, and then at the time they were like, "Oh, there's no contradiction here," and then it wasn't until down the line they were like, "Oh, but if there were two gunshots, why had the gun been fired 3 times?" Like, frustrating. You say that Angel Star was on the prosecution side. All very important points. Yeah, bullet situation again. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just evidence by racing bloody footprints. So you'd had your fill. Here you are demanding a second helping. A lunchbox called evidence.
Objection!
Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. She got more evidence. A photograph. She's been withholding a lot of evidence, folks. Like, this is, It's clearly wet. Empty was washed with water. Mia is projecting herself to us from beyond the grave again. Phoenix is having another fucking seizure in court, seeing the dead. That's a piece of evidence. Good.
Objection!
Here we go again. What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Where it is, can't wait. No. Trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. Wrong with the latest piece of evidence. We've come this far, it's clear as Muffler. Problem was here. Yep. The thing she heard said on the phone was muffler. Muffler is all part of our cameras. This thing has filing exhaust process.
Objection!
Told us what is the of the case. You said as much in your testimony. Tell us what you think. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Oh, yes. This is her. She mentioned the muffler, and that's her. Here's my other testimony. What time is it? 11 o'clock, right. The muffler I mentioned. Suspend the proceedings. Suspend. By myself wondering about that piece of cost. If we leave any question unanswered here, read the sentence to law. Have the car and the crime scene inspected at once. Bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen the evidence. Agreed? Suppose. Oh, pardon me. Close. We made it, at least for now. The court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime, after all. To be continued. And I'm afraid it will until next week. Because I had a busy day of going to my hospital appointment. Oh, and I am a bit knackered. So I will call it here. One moment, chat. I'm just going to make sure my game is saved. There we go. Right. Sleepy beef, yeah. Having your blood taken and getting x-ray takes it out of you. So I will hold on 1 second. Where is it? Is this one? That is the one. Right, chat. So I'm gonna head off. I'm gonna get big eeps. Next week, what are we on? So Saturday, Sunday, tomorrow, and day after. Okay, so the weekend. Monday, I'll be back for the more Phoenix Wright, where we'll continue with this trial. And with Phoenix Wright. And then Tuesday, I'll be back on Cultic, which I'm very excited for. I cannot describe how excited I am for a bit of Cultic. So I will see you all next week. Everybody rest up, stay hydrated, take care of yourselves. And yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna have a big sippy. Right then. Everybody take care. Get your eeps in, and I will see you all next week. Take care.